Right, then we carry on here. We have, there's nothing out in flower at the moment, but this is a Datura Mittal. And in here I've got a lot of Alternathera, I think it's called, with another Coleus. And there's your Alternathera with the pink bits on the leaves. And the other Ericene, this one's Blazing Lime. We've got a Rodgersia there, not enjoying the dry. And we've got a lovely flower of Salvia involucrata Bhutan. In the middle there is Crocosmia lucifer. They've gone right over now. They're ready to finish for winter. Then we go into my little tropical rainforest garden. So we have hanging plants everywhere. Begonias, Rhipsalis, bromeliads. This one's Bilbergia nutans. That's almost hardy here. So I Kokodama the bromeliads. I wrap the roots in moss and then wire them onto the dead vine and other bits of branches that I've wired on as well, making it all look like it's growing in the wall. And the same over this side, together with the Tillandsia, the Spanish moss and the little flowering Tillandsias. Various epiphyllums. We've had to strap the gazebo down to within an inch of its life because we had 40-mile-an-hour winds here last week. The pink flowers you see everywhere here, they are Impatiens balfouri. They're not the Japanese Himalayan balsam that people think they are. They're not as mad as that. They're very easy to pull up if you don't want them anywhere. More Rhipsalis, more balsam. In the back there is a massive Salvia kowinskii, a liquid amber tree, some more Amesia. Different sorts of Impatiens. And a little tiny water feature in there as well, which the frogs love. Right, so we'll go back down this way. Next to the red sugar cane, we've got Madeira, Canna Madeira, just coming into flower. It's quite small this year, it's quite short, which is surprising because we've had a lot more rain this year. There's a young Ginkgo biloba. And then we have an Ensete Hiniba. Solenostemon henna. Acacia hot chocolate. Lovely yellow canna, whose name I can't remember. Let's have a look. Richard Wallace. That's a really nice yellow. A lovely little Tradescantia there, with spots on, whose name I'll remember in a bit. Something Pringlei, Tinantia Pringlei. And a lovely Coleus there, or Solenostemon, which I don't know the name of, but it's absolutely stunning and it works really well with the yellow Haconocloa grass underneath it. These are the seedling Trachycarpus that Will Giles gave me when he used to come to my horse field to get my horse muck every Saturday during the winter. They're now making nice little trunks. We have here Fuchsia arboreus, which is now coming into flower again. Not quite out yet, and the other one's up there finished. That is about 8 foot tall. Another beautiful coleus. It's campfire again. Right, let's look back over the other side. That's the pond, full of fish. There's big fish. Over the back there we have a Paulownia, which struggled because it was swamped by the rheum. So we've got a Gunnera tinctoria, a rheum, and then a small Gunnera cryptica. And over the back there I've got a Japanese yuzu and a forest pansy. And a couple of cordylines that self-seeded on the patio years ago, and I don't know where they come from because I never had one flower at that point. Right, these bananas are Griersonii, so they'll be coming in, although I have heard they're proven to be quite hardy, but they'll come in and go in my attic for the winter. Another beautiful Phytolacca, and underneath it Persicaria painter's palette. It's a lovely plant. This Solnestemen I don't know the name of, but it's fascinating with its lovely curly edges. This dahlia is Verone's obsidian, might be. And a nice variegated oleander in there with a tiny little Kufia. Another Sonchus beside Canna Cleopatra, and the beautiful soft coral colours of Spheralcia there behind in front of a Pseudopanax latius, and the great big red bananas in Sette Morellii. The huge leaves of the Tetrapanax papyrifera. They don't get to the full potential in this garden, although as you can see, that's my hand, they're pretty big, but they would prefer a lot more moisture. Right, so then we go this way. And if we look up at this point, you see the tree house and all the hanging plants from it. And the two big ferns underneath there are two Dicksonia antarctica tree ferns. Oh, and I mustn't forget Brian. This is Brian the snail. You don't want to be left out. With a nice little Berinda bamboo over the top of him, and the lovely pink flowers of the Impatiens Flanaganaceae, or Mrs. Flanagan, which are gorgeous, and it's hardy, so I like that. So up there I've got some tree cacti, mistletoe cactus, the Rhipsalis, lots of dichondra, Spanish moss, begonias, there's lots of Rhipsalis in this garden. I do like Rhipsalis. The tree is a golden bean tree, a catalpa, and then we've got my Spanish moss garden. That just goes in the carport for the winter. It's Tillandsia usnoides. Over here we've got Colocasia pink china, and one I can never pronounce, it's the other hardy one called something like Gaelensis. Some more red sugar cane, some more little bromeliads, varieseas, and the tillandsia that I've cucurdamed and mossed onto the huge trachea. This plant is Roldana Petasites. I absolutely love it. It's velvety both sides, and I just love the shape of that leaf. It's amazing and very quick growing and quite hardy as well. Some more Assam orange hedychiums that are finished. Some more iracine. Some self-seeded dahlias. A little Solanaestemon called Nevada. This is a Persicaria, with these wonderful patterns on these leaves. This is Persicaria Compton's form. And this is a little Impatiums Oricoma cross bicordata, something similar to that. It's enough for you to Google. And this is Salvia amante. A nice variegated Plectranthus. Lots of cannas in there. Another group of bananas under this massive hardy fuchsia. It's absolutely huge. Over here we have Fatsia polycarpa green fingers and the peanut smelling Melianthus major, which seems to be totally hardy for me. It's been here for at least 30 years in various places. This is a little Strobilanthes. It's really coming into itself now, together with a nice Woodwardia. I think that might be Radicans. Another Bill Rogersia there. This is a beautiful plant. This is Boemeria Cuisiana, something like that. It's a fantastic leaf. Look at the size of it. It's huge. Lovely sort of member of the nettle family. Nice begonia down there. Another little hardy Impatiens. These are Petasites Nishibuki, and a variegated Solomon seal. Here we've got Begonia luxurians, which I keep forgetting to water. Come around this side of the ferns. Got the little hardy Tradescantia under here. It's called Blushing Bride. That came back through -8. Podophyllum Spotty Dotty. It's one of my favourites, as well as this one, which is even bigger leaf. This is Podophyllum Hexandrum, and it's made a lovely big seed pod there. I'm waiting to ripen. Xandodacia crowbra. Another Boemeria. It's rather pretty. Plantanifolia, that one. It's a lovely leaf. This one's an unknown Xandodacia. And some Bilbergia in the back there. And this is an Impatiens. It's supposed to be hardy. It's just got a number, it's not got a name yet. Some more of it here. Beautiful flowers. Absolutely gorgeous. Staghorn fern. More Ripsalis. Oh, and here we have Cassonia spicata and Brassiopsis damicola. So I think I've gone through most of the interesting ones. It's just a case of how you put them together, I think. Hope you enjoy.